I probably shouldn't be talking about this. Now that I think about it online. Oh, God. Okay, it's not.
You're halfway there.
Disclaimer.
You've already gone
not
there.
Not ever do this.
Your phone already heard you.
Oh, God, I should have started with that.
I'm just a ski bum drummer and guitar strummer who came for the winters and stayed for the summers at a 6,500 foot elevation. Now I podcast where you vacation.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Thanks for coming and watching iPodcast Where You Vacation, the show centered in the heart of North Lake Tahoe. My name's Ron, and today's guest is a lead singer of multiple local bands. She's the 3-time winner of the Guitar Strings Chicken Wings contest, and she's in collaboration with Tahoe Flow artists. We're here to talk today to Kandy Xander.
Thanks for having me, Ron.
How's it going?
I'm doing great.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
excited.
And you're pretty hard to nail down. You've been doing a lot of shows, huh?
Yeah. Long ago when I was trying to just be in one band, that was the struggle. And then got in one band and, the dramas of bands, I was like, you know what? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So now I've got lots of bands and projects and collaborations.
I like that. And yeah. I like how there is kind of some drama that goes on with bands. Sometimes I've had a little trouble with that too, but it's cool that you're like, oh, we'll just double down and get more bands. Yeah,
and just with opportunities come other opportunities. And there is an incredible creative pool here in Tahoe of musicians and artists that I've just gelled with and collaborate with now. So it makes it super fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, well, happy Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's our Halloween episode. And so we're all dressed up here. We got Ethan's World. So, Kandy, I want to ask you, the first question that I ask all my guests is, when do you remember the first time that you came to Lake Tahoe?
Yeah, I was passing through. I was on a road trip from Chicago with my friend, Ann Cahill. She's out there. And
And when?
Oh, gosh. That's going on 20 plus years ago. Wow. And I was going to I was heading to San Francisco to attend a school to go learn how to get a TOEFL and teach English overseas. I was like, my life in Chicago was done, chapter closed. And on this road trip, we went through Moab and mountain biked, and she went to Boulder for school. So we stopped there, and then she's like, hey, do you want to go to Tahoe? I'm like, well, kind of didn't know what Lake Tahoe was, where it was, and stayed with her cousin. And passing through, I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. And then came back later to Tahoe, but that was my first experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was 20 years ago. And then how long have you been living in Tahoe now? I didn't leave the country. I went to the school. I traveled around the West Coast, and then I went back to Chicago, and I was like, I got to get out of here. And so I called my friend Ann, and I said, hey, give me your cousin's number. I want to move to Tahoe for the winter. And so I came for a winter, and I'm still here. That story you hear. Oh, yeah. All the time. That's right.
And I was like, stay a summer. So I did. And I'm still here.
Yeah, no. So it gripped you just from the trip coming through.
Definitely. It was like July and it was snowing. And I was like, whoa, this is bizarre. And I was like, where am I with this lake in the middle of, trees and mountains? And it was super.
It's pretty special.
Not like Midwest at all.
And so that's where you're from originally?
I was born outside of Chicago in a town called Elmhurst, but prior to leaving that area, I lived in the city like a good 10 years. So I consider myself a Chicago girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where you started with music and singing?
Yes. As a kid, I was always involved in like choir and singing and learning how to sing. And I was super interested in it. And actually in my high school years, my choir director said to all the kids, hey, if you want to take voice lessons, we're going to bring some teachers in, and for half your lunch hour, you could take a voice lesson. So this is where I found my voice. And my teacher was like, I had this big voice, and she was like, whoa, you're like a 30-year-old out of an 18-year-old right now. So I was really fortunate to have vocal training and classical training and operatic.
Did you do like theater?
I did a little theater too. So that was part of the high school years. But then when I left high school, I kind of just shut the door on performing, to be honest. I was like, you're not going to get a degree in, singing and acting. So I kind of went a different route, but found my way back to it later in life.
Nice. And I was in choir all 4 years
Yeah.
of high school. I think it's the best experience.
Right?
Yeah.
And we did like Handel's Messiah my senior year. It was crazy, but such a great opportunity as a kid to have that.
Our high school went on tour. Did you guys do that too?
We would go to like competitions and stuff. We'd have like little groups and madrigals and swing choir and all those things too. Yeah.
Oh, the madrigal dinner. Yeah. We did that too. Yeah.
Those were awesome.
This is the month of May. That's our play.
We need some goblets.
Nice. So thanks for dressing up for Halloween.
Well, I just kind of threw on what I had so we did a preview at Made in Tahoe Festival last weekend, and it was a preview for the Halloween show coming up, which might be jumping the gun, but I wasn't dressed as a doll, but the theme is Haunted Dollhouse. So it's kind of this little MC character, but I sang all of the songs while the girls performed the aerials and dance numbers. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to wear tonight. I just threw this back.
Yeah, you put on a real show.
I do.
For sure. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Since you moved to Tahoe, you said you came here in the winter like most people do. So after so many years, do you have a favorite season?
I love summer, and I really didn't get to enjoy it this year. What's the date? October 12th already?
Yeah.
I don't know.
October 11th.
And I'm like, I'm waiting for the like Tahoe summer weather that isn't really hitting. But I was so busy doing so many cool things though. So I mean, I like winter, but I don't snowboard anymore. I kind of got to a point in life where I was like, I can't really risk getting injured, and I'd rather be singing and doing what I love and not. But when I moved here, man, I was like, midweek pass girl,
border
waitress, snowboarder.
Which resort?
I was at Alpine.
Nice.
Yeah, and my friends and I would waitress on the weekends, and we would have midweek pass, and that was, I never had that, and I learned to snowboard on a little ice hill in Wisconsin. That was like. Terrible, it was not so my first experience going to like squaw was like oh my god, terrifying yet exhilarating.
Palisades Tahoe is where they had the Guitar Strings Chicken Wing Festival. So tell us a little bit about that. You've done that a number of years.
So years ago, I'm not sure what year it was, but I have a band called Metal Echo, and we were asked to do be in the Battle of the Bands. So what they do is they pair up bands with restaurants, and people walk around and watch each band at the restaurant. And then they also taste the chicken wings that the restaurant has made. So then they have people have these little coins that they purchase, and you vote for your best band and your best wings. So that year it was incredible because I personally don't think anyone's ever sang like Tool in the Valley.
Yeah.
And people were just like out of their minds. So we won that year just by like a flipping landslide.
Yeah.
And then the following year, the Randy who owns Dubliner, I don't know if you know him, he wasn't there the year that we won. And he came back and owns and runs it. And he's like, I want your band again. So I was like, sorry, dude, my guitarist is out. She's got a bummed shoulder. So I was in this other band at the time called One Track Mind with Rack. Remember Rack?
Yeah.
And I don't know who was the drummer at the time. Anyway, so I was like, all right, well, here I have this other band. We're not Metal Echo, but we'll give it a shot. So we won again.
Yeah. Nice.
I won it again. And then there was a joke flying around like Kandy is not allowed to be in the contest again. I'm not kidding. It was like a joke, but I was like, and then this just came up this year's, Randy again was like, hey, what about Metal Echo? It's been a while and we couldn't do it. And I said, well, I have the Nomads, and the Nomads is this group that's pretty taken off now because we all just started just jamming and now we're like playing a lot. And so then I won that again with that band.
Was there any years that you played that you didn't win?
No.
You'd been in 3 years and you took it each time.
Yes.
Nice, dude. So they give you a trophy?
We get a band trophy. But
you got any of those yourself?
I'm known now as the trifecta winner with 3 different bands.
Nice. You guys should put. So
I don't want to do it again. I'm not going to do it again.
You should put the trophies together and make it giant.
Yeah. Well, we won 1 trophy, but my guitarist Barry in that band was like, I'm going to get everyone a trophy made, which I think was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
So then we can each have one.
Nice.
It's pretty funny. It's like this gold statue with a big chicken on the top of it.
Okay. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Nice. I've seen you play at a lot of festivals at Palisades. And so there's like the Made in Tahoe Festival. Yeah. Did you play there?
Yeah, that was just this last weekend. And that was really a cool opportunity. The spring one, I did a collaboration with the Tahoe Flow artists, which we did in a production in summer called Iconic Women in Music. And what that was a journey through all kinds of music of female artists. And so my duo, Honey Vixen, performed the music, and the girls performed to everything from like Etta James to Joan Jett to Jefferson Airplane.
Is there one that stood out for you?
In
that set?
The one that really stands out, and it was actually the very, very first piece we ever did before it became Iconic Women production, is Cranberry Zombie. And we did a one-off 3 years ago, and the girl, Alicia Streetman, did a routine on rope that was just mind-blowing. And just to be able to sing that song is just so powerful.
Nice.
So that definitely is what catapulted us to do a bigger production and then go through the ages of, musical genres of women.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about Tahoe Flow artists.
So it started a while back where an idea was presented to me like, hey, let's do something together. And it was with Metal Echo. And actually it was the very, very first thing was in the parking lot of Tahoe Central Market in Kings Beach. Do you know where that is? In the middle, like Tahoe Central Market.
Yeah.
And the owner there was like, I want to have a rock band. And then I don't even know who suggested it. And they put their rig. They had like this big rig and they put it up. And the girls just kind of did some numbers. And then Kelly Smiley, the owner of it, was like, her wheels are always turning. And she's like, we should do like a rock circus show.
Yeah.
So we put together a show at the Tahoe Art House. And they had rigs in there, and they were literally like flying above us doing Metallica and Dio, and it was incredible.
Nice.
And then we started the whole Halloween themed shows, and we said, hey, come join us and do some stuff with us. So this will be our 3rd year doing a Halloween show with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what other venues do you like performing in? What are some of the best places that you like to send your band to?
There's not a lot now that things are getting bigger in production size, it's not like a bar scene anymore.
Yeah.
Like I was just saying that to somebody. It's like, man, I don't just play for beer, when I sing. It's like now things are getting bigger and nice to get paid a little bit, But my favorite venue actually is where the Halloween show will be, is the Alibi Amphitheater, they're calling it, because it's an outdoor beer garden / amphitheater. So where you're outside, it's a stage, and then the girls rig their rig in the trees. So while you're watching the concert, they're over here flying around. Yeah. It's really cool. And it's like, I try to explain to people, and unless I show video or something, they just don't get it. It's like, it's not like anything you're going to see at Halloween up here at all.
We'll put in some shots. We'll edit them in.
Yeah.
And
I'll send you some stuff.
So for Halloween, did you guys do different themes? Like yes. Does your band ever dressed up like in themes?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about a few of those.
Sure. So the first year we did a rock and roll circus. So it was circus kind of outfits, and I was like a ringmaster, I think, that year. Second year we did Alice in Alibi Land. So it was Alice in Wonderland. But very creepy. My guitarist Nicole was also in Honey Vixen. She's the queen of Halloween, and she does like incredible makeup. And
was she the Queen of Hearts?
I was the Queen of Hearts. She was Alice.
Okay.
But she did this like makeup trick where she had like cards like stuck in her face. like playing cards.
Like horror.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And then who was the Cheshire Cat?
We didn't have a Cheshire Cat, believe it or not. Yeah.
The caterpillar?
We had the, what do you call them?
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
We didn't have Tweedledee too. No, I know. Those are good ones. The Mad Hatter, of course, we had.
Oh, yeah.
And my drummer doesn't wear a costume, though. He's like, I'm not wearing a costume. He'll wear a T-shirt that says something. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
That's how he is. And then the girl, actually, no, I take that back. Alicia and Meredith were our performers. They were Cheshire Cats, but very like creepy Cheshire Cats. Yeah.
Nice.
I forgot. Yeah. It's full on production, costumes, makeup. And then my drummer's production company comes in with lights, sound. It's like a show. You know, it's a big production.
Did you trick or treat as a kid?
I sure did.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very cold every year. I just remember, we'd always have to wear like our coats like under our
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really cold. And I just remember being like, I don't want to wear my coat. And like, it ruined your outfit, you know? But yeah, we definitely trick or treat.
I guess that's familiar with here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like Lydia from Beetlejuice, my daughter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so she.
Oh, that's good.
But same thing, like it was like raining. You had to put like a jacket on it, like ruins the outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
second Beetlejuice is coming out.
A second Beetlejuice. Yeah, so there's like a lot of resurrections of some old. There's also a Back to the Future.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Back to the Future 4.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to come out.
Really?
Yeah.
With the original people in it? Wow.
Yeah, so there's a few of those. Beetlejuice is going to be good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Tim Burton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love.
And so, do you have a favorite Tim Burton movie?
Beetlejuice is top of them.
Yeah.
I always liked Edward Scissorhands. I like them all.
Pee Wee Herman?
Of course. Did he die? I totally forgot he did that. Seriously, that just like, whoa.
He just passed away this year.
I know he did. Yeah. I know.
And
I put a little dedication up for him.
Maybe I should be Pee Wee.
You could be Pee Wee.
I should have probably gone for that. Huh? I can't pull off Pee Wee with the mustache. I can hardly hit Garth. I'm like 35-year-old Garth.
You just need to introduce yourself as Garth.
I know. I don't want to get YouTube banned somehow. So I was asking about Halloween because, like, did you ever set up scare spots on your porch and scare people?
No, I've never heard of this.
How about you, Ethan? Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
What'd you do?
You know, you just you lay in the back of a pickup truck.
What?
In the driveway.
Okay.
In the driveway. And get candy and.
Yeah, you got to be careful because, like, when I was growing up, there was like right next to our front door was like this huge wall of like stucco, you know, but it was like that old 70s like pokey stucco. It was all pointy because, dude, I used to scare the crap out of people. I'd dress like a dummy. I'd put paper sticking out of my pants, like looked like I had stuffed like a scarecrow, and just tried to make myself look there. And then I'd like sit at the front, and then I had a rig going with a cable to a Chucky doll.
Oh shit!
You know, that was hung up, and then they'd ring the doorbell. It would drop. They'd freak out. They'd come back. They still wouldn't know I was there. I'd scare them.
This guy's got production.
That is a production level.
Yeah, dude, we had to be careful because somebody slammed their head on the stucco.
Oh.
And we went. Now we're yeah, dude.
Have you done this in Tahoe yet?
Yeah. So last year I got my mixer that has a. It has like a pitch shifter.
Yeah.
So I go really deep, so it sounds like this huge dragon. And then I put this huge speaker out front, like a PA speaker. And then we would have it all, the lights all dark. So then what you do is you also get a Bluetooth speaker and you put on the sound of rain, like really loud rain and wind. So then like people are walking up and they hear it and it's just like they're in this storm and they show up and then and it's just like I should probably
I gotta come by and check that out.
Dude, there was a lot of people passing us by, dude. They couldn't even walk up. They were too scared.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I also.
But you're like, that's what I'm after.
Yeah, you know. it was a lot. And then my daughter
You're like, I don't have any candy anyway.
I had this creepy like piano. I had the piano set to one of those really, and then people would walk up and I do it more and more and it would like,
I love it.
It's freaky. I want to try this thing because just to kind of randomize our next topic here, I got this 500 things to be happy about book. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. So why don't you flip through it, stop somewhere, and you let me know if it brings out a memory or something that might be tell us about.
Remembering something totally hilarious in a silent situation. Are these two different ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, doing nothing all day long. The first thing I think of is like in high school, and when you're friends and you like do like you're not supposed to laugh, and then one person does like a little just sound.
Yeah.
And we were going, I want to say like prom dress shopping. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we end up in this like bridal shop or something just to look at dresses, and this girl comes flying out of the dressing room, and she's in this just hideous like dress, and then she's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like lace, and it was just this obnoxious color, and she wasn't there for prom, she was there for her wedding actually. And the three of us are looking down at this like book.
She wasn't with you.
No, she was not with us. And three of us are looking down at this book looking for these dresses, or maybe we were looking for bridesmaids dresses actually now I think about it. So this girl comes flying out. I want to say it was like this like satin, ugly blue, lacy dress. And she's like, oh my God. And she's like, this is the best dress ever. And she's like, do you have a parasol? Like an umbrella? Like, like a little. Oh, wow. And we're all looking down and we look up and we're like, one friend went like little, and we all just started flipping laughing. And we shattered this girl's dreams of her wedding dress. She just like put her head down and just defeatedly walked back in the dress. When you're friends, you just try and like, we're all just like, oh, and then one person, like that little, I don't know why that memory.
That's a good one.
That's what you get.
Oh, it worked. Yes. That's perfect. So you ever played a show in Virginia City?
Not yet.
Oh.
I know. We've been talking about it. No, yeah? I know. I've been there and I have not. Have you?
No, but my uncle used to own a kettle corn shop in Virginia City.
No way.
Yeah. And I've been over there a few times. I've been to a wedding there.
Cool.
Which was pretty sweet.
We've been asked, Dennis and I run a DJ company. We've been asked to do DJs there, but we never sync up. So I've been there. It's such an incredible vibe.
There's like a hotel there that's got ghosts.
I know.
I've heard of.
Yeah.
But
and the cemetery I heard is pretty trippy too, right?
Oh, I haven't been there.
You haven't?
No, the whole town.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, Virginia City, like old, super old. It was the richest city in the world at one point.
Really?
Yeah, because of all the silver.
Oh.
The silver mines.
Silver mines.
My uncle took us. This isn't like a ghost story, but this is crazy because we were like, it was nighttime. We're at my uncle's house. All my cousins were there. I don't know. Everybody got that like crazy idea, like, let's go check out some of those mines at night.
Oh.
Yeah, and we're like, all right. So we go up and you have to climb a ladder to get to the entrance of the mine.
Oh boy.
There's a entryway. Pull the ladder up, drop the ladder down, full extended ladder all the way down in. There's a huge, like, the entranceway is just kind of this huge dome. And we're looking around and we're heading down the pathways and everything, which is not advised. Oh, I probably shouldn't be talking about this. Now that I think about it online. Oh, God. Okay, it's not.
You're halfway there.
Disclaimer.
You've already gone
do not
there.
ever do this.
Your phone already heard you.
Oh, God, I should have started with that.
Shoot.
But, yeah, no, don't anybody ever do this. But, like, we went deep.
Really?
I'm talking like 100 yards in.
And you're not supposed to?
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's super dangerous because of like there's bad gas and stuff. But there were bats flying around. So that's kind of the canary in the coal mine, the thing with they were flying around. So we knew it was like, okay, when there's bats around that everything's okay. So it was pitch black. We had flashlights and stuff. Brought home a bunch of crystals. But
any spirits or any ghost type things, or where was this going?
It was, I don't know. So let's talk about all your different bands. So we've talked a little bit about Metal Echo, and Metal Echo mostly is cover songs?
Yeah, cover. And then years ago, we did a little offshoot of some originals, which are still brewing. So someday, I'd like to put a little footprint out there of original music. I'm a lyricist. I don't play an instrument, so I gravitate when I hear someone's music, and I may write to it. And that's what happened with my guitarist, Andrew. And he wasn't even trying to really be a songwriter. And I was like, hey, I hear something, and put words to it, and it just blew
Have
his
you guys
mind.
released any of that?
Not yet. We have one song that's pretty much ready. We've been doing it ourselves, so it's just been like this dragging our ass kind of thing. But so Metal Echo's a project we all came together with, just bands we all love, and we just do covers of the songs we love.
What's the biggest crowd pleaser with Metal Echo?
Man, that's all of them. If you love like rock through the ages, and even now it's kind of crazy to think like 90s era grunge and alternative is now being termed classic.
Yeah.
Which is like, what? But that's my jam. Like, that's when I was in Chicago. That's when I was really tapping into that era of music. And there's just, I don't know, there's angst in those songs. There's great lyrics in those songs. Incredible artists. One of my idols is Chris Cornell. I mean, I just, he's phenomenal. But I mean, it just depends. I mean, people love Metallica, but then we'll turn around and do Korn, and then we'll turn around and do Alice in Chains. So you're kind of on this journey of also, and we'll go back in time too, and even do like, some Led Zeppelin and stuff like that too.
How about the Honey Vixens? Is that a duo?
Honey Vixen's a duo, and it's with my friend Nicole Gaish. She is a killer guitarist. She was in a band long ago, all girl band called why am I forgetting their name? Burning Nylon. It was all girls, and I remember seeing them going, and I spying her on stage, like, who is that? Like, I'm like that kind of person. Well, if I see a show or see musicians and something stands out to me, and it's like, ooh, who's that? Do that. And I just I think Dennis knew her more than me, and I didn't really know her, but I'd be like, hey, if you ever want to do something, and just kind of kept putting it out. Long story short, and she'll tell her story someday, but finally it came around, and it was after COVID, or I can't remember. But she finally said yes, and she was going through a lot of things in her life, and it was a very good thing to like get together. And we were doing all kinds of music, other music that I love, like doing like White Stripes and doing Patti Smith and Bob Dylan and like all these other kind of artists that we both love, and we put our spin on the songs as a duo. Yeah.
Nice. How about the Nomads?
The Nomads started in 2019 as just a fun jam. And it's actually with Dave Hatchett, who's from Fortress, and Jeff Martin is from Fortress, and this other guy, Barry Teese. And they were just like resurrecting. Barry and Jeff had this band years and years ago, and just felt like resurrecting it. And somehow Dave was like just wanting to get his work on his, guitar and stuff like that. And he called me up and he's like, hey, do you want to just come jam? It's just for fun. And long story short with that one, and it took off, and we started to play out, and we have this really great group now.
That's originals?
No, that's still covers too. Yeah. So but other stuff that I never would ever sing, like female artists, believe it or not. So I'm singing like the like Pat Benatar and the like, Joan Jett stuff, but it works. People like it. It's like, that's what gets you gigs sometimes with music like that, And then Fortress. So Fortress then with Dave being in and Jeff, and then George is also in the Nomads. He's from Fortress. I don't know. Dave just started saying, hey, do you want to come sing some songs? So I'm doing like Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden.
Nice.
Because that brings out my operatic side that I like a lot. So.
Oh yeah.
So that just kind of came with being with Dave with that project, and so we have this show coming up tomorrow, which is his brother directed. So Dave and his brother had Standard Films. Do you guys remember Standard Films? Years ago, snowboarding films they used to make.
Oh shit.
Anyway, they were the old school guys making those films. Nowadays, it's hard to like do that because you can just throw anything up on YouTube and social media nowadays. But him and his brother were like kind of the OG guys doing that. But his brother directed this film called Flying High Again, and that's premiered around. He's bringing his brother back to play a couple songs in Fortress, and then we're all just gonna perform. Yeah,
right on.
Yeah, and that's been fun too.
When's that?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Okay. This won't be out by then.
No.
But not tomorrow night.
Yeah. But there'll probably be some more Fortress stuff brewing up. So.
Oh, yeah. Nice. So how about Sing with the Blues Monsters?
Yeah. I love them.
You did that a few times this summer.
I've been singing with those chaps for like 7 years. So Chucky Dunn, I met at 101.5, Chucky Tahoe Radio. Because Dennis, my guy, is a DJ there too. And I want to say it was like a Christmas party. And Chucky heard I was from Chicago. And he's like, hey, Kandy, like, if you ever want to sing some blues. And I'm like, of course. So that's how that started. And he started inviting me to sing with them. So I'll sing like at the Blues Day at Palisades.
Did concert in the park.
Yeah. And I love those guys. They're so legit and just such a fun time and I love all kinds of music, so I love singing the blues for sure.
The real one that we want to promote today is the Haunted Dollhouse.
Yeah.
So that's at Alibi.
Yes. So that's coming up October 28th.
Alibi and Incline.
Alibi Aleworks Incline Public House is the official name of the place.
And so they have an awesome stage.
Yeah.
But you're playing outside. Yeah.
Weather permitting, we'll be outside, and the girls rig in the trees, like I said, and they do aerials, and 2 girls actually perform on chains. It's wild. It's totally wild and over the top. And so some of the songs like they'll actually be performing to are like Alice in Chains, Deftones, Korn, Nirvana. Really good stuff.
There's a costume contest?
Yes. So the girls came up actually with the theme because we've done it with them these 3 years, and they're like, hey, how about a haunted dollhouse? And then this is all before the Barbie hoopla that's been going on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because that's kind of been huge. Not kind of has.
Think of that.
Yeah. So then they're like, and we're just maybe we're making it a as a favorite doll or doll themed costume, which could be anything. There could be, I'm interested to see if people do it and what they come up with. Yeah.
So I think I saw $20.
Yep.
Pre-sale, $25 at the door. And
and it's early. It's 7:30 and we have to end at 10 because it's outside. Yeah.
You also were at Burning Man this year. Okay. So tell us a little bit about Burning Man this year. We know it.
That's a loaded question, Ron.
There's a lot.
Because you know what happened at Burning Man.
Yeah.
It made national news.
And so, yeah.
Well, I can kind of tie in the folk opera, actually. I was kind of mentioned to you before we started. So another collaboration I'm in is this folk opera called Mountains Are Pretty, which stemmed from Kelly, who we spoke of briefly earlier. Her husband wrote this like 11 years ago. And that's another thing that pulled me into the scene with this collaboration aspect was Kelly came up to me years ago and was like, hey, Kandy, my husband wrote this rock opera. I'm like, sold. I'm in. What do you want me to do? Like, I didn't even know anything about it. When she said rock opera, I was like, yes. And then she's like, then at one point, we want to take it to Burning Man and perform it. And there's a scene where we burn down a church. I'm like, I am in. Let's go. Yeah, it's crazy. The storyline of that is another story in itself. But Burning Man is bittersweet. Kelly passed away this year. So Kurt was going to bring the dream of the opera to Burning Man. So we did a fundraiser at CBC. He built this art piece called Ascension that was accepted into Burning Man and was an art piece that would be burned also, which is rare at Burning Man. So we did the folk opera, like a preview of it at CBC. And then he said, hey, I really want you to come to Burning Man because I sing like all the songs pretty much. And so I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to go to Burning Man.
Yeah, your first time.
I've never wanted to go. I've never desired it. I would never go. I was never planning to ever go. But for him and for Kelly, I was like, I'm going to go. And as we got through like all these things, and by the time it was getting closer, he's like, you know what? I don't think we're going to do the show, the folk opera. But I was like, well, I still want to go there for Ascension, which was this beautiful piece that was erected for her, and it would burn. It would be like Ascension. It's amazing. So I was only supposed to be there for 48 hours. Okay. Swoop in on a Thursday and leave Saturday morning because I had a gig to get to. I had a Metal Echo show at the Brewing Lair. Thought it would all work out, in the perfect scenario. Like, what could I didn't even question it. I'm like, my friend that I went with, she's like, perfect plan. That's all I want to do. We get a little taste of it. Well,
yeah.
Armageddon apocalyptic rain came, and I was stuck there and couldn't get out. But a lot of valuable lessons came from this experience, which we can get in another story. But I'll say this. I went there for one reason. It changed to another reason. And then another thing happened, and I came out the other side with like so many other things. Yeah.
So would you go back?
No. Good question.
Unless 0% chance
I
of
was
rain.
like, I would, if I had an RV, because, I roughed it. I had like the tent. I mean, everyone's like, we went to like a virgin burner meeting, like a lot of us had never gone, a lot of the performers. So they're like, all right, everyone gather up and this is what you need to do, and bring in, they're telling us like all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, I'm not a camper. I'm not a roughing it kind of girl. And my friend Audrey and I are looking at each other like bug-eyed, like, oh my gosh. We're like, what's rebar? Do you guys know what rebar is?
Yeah.
You don't? Okay. And they're like, you need your candy cane rebar. I'm like, what in the hell is that? And it's like the metal stakes that's like
for your site.
Yeah, so and then you candy cane it, so you bang it in so your shit doesn't sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to swear or not. Shit doesn't fly away.
Yeah.
So you like bang this shit into your easy up, which is over your tent, to keep it solidified. And but anyway, so having that little meeting was like overwhelming, and getting out of there, the escape of getting out of Burning Man, because I was like, what do you mean you tell me I can't leave? And I saw any window of opportunity to get out, and I did. Like, you can't tell me I can't leave.
Yeah.
But I had to wait a little bit, even though there was still one camp playing that EDM. And I was just like, shut up, I just got silence for a minute. So if I went, I didn't answer your question, I would want to be flown in and have an RV ready for me, but not be like a pretentious prick like a lot of those people out there. It's really changed as far as I've learned. The principles, there's these principles that you stand for and live by when you're there, but it's changed so much with like corporations and with entitlement. It's kind of lost its original meaning to me, from what I could tell. But I mean, I still would like to be flown in and have an RV.
Well, and my uncle, who was the one in Virginia City, used to go to some of the original ones.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's in with the OG crew of skydivers.
Yes.
Because he was
I've heard of
one of the
this.
few people who got passes that got to skydive in.
Wow.
So he's flown in there.
So obviously somebody had a place for him to go once he
Oh, yeah.
got
He had a
in.
whole camp and everything.
He just,
but
boop, come in.
He, I think, skydived over 3,000 times or something.
Wow.
He was an avid skydiver. So
He
was my
sounds
cousin.
rad.
He's really cool. Uncle Dave.
Uncle
Rest
Dave.
in peace, Uncle Dave.
Oh, man. They said it was 2 months worth of rain in one night for that area. That's how much it rained.
Dude.
So it was an unprecedented condition. A lesson learned is definitely surrender. Yeah, things out of your control. But I was like, I'm letting down my band. I can't get to my gig. But long story short, on that one is Kurt was like, hey, Kelly would want us all to hang out. Let's do what we can and just surrender. You can't do anything about it. And then his band, I don't know if you ever heard of the Inappropriators.
I think so. Yeah.
So then they played at our camp, and then he's like, one of my nicknames is Little Candy because we do this rap song in the opera. It's like, Little Candy, get up here. So I got to get up and sing some blues, and all was right in the world again. You know, it's like, this is the best we can do, and we're going to do what we do. And so he's saying on the playa. If you can make it on the playa, you can make it anywhere.
Nice. Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Let's make sure we give all the details of the Dollhouse show. So that's on Saturday, the
28th.
Okay.
October 28th.
October 28th at Alibi in Incline. And it's $20 pre-sale.
And then, like I said, it's 7:30 to 10. And it's going to be amazing. I mean, it's so hard to describe it in words, but unlike anything you're going to see or experience for Halloween around here.
Yeah. I want to bring my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kiddo friendly, man. It's a restaurant, so you could have kids there.
Well, when she's a good actress.
Yeah.
So when she dresses like a scary doll, she might win.
Yes.
She's going to.
I like
she'll
this.
go in.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice. Hey, well, thanks so much for chatting with me. Thanks for telling all your stories. And, we want to keep this thing going. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And thanks, Ethan, for keeping us from clipping.
Yeah.
And thank goodness nothing came through that door.
Don't hold your breath. Don't mind. Show's not over.
The boogeyman's gonna get you.
Right on. Well, thanks everybody, and hope we see you on the next one. Party on, Tahoe.
Hey.